Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting.
I'm Ann Trujillo with the latest from Denver 7. If you live here in the metro, the winds are finally beginning to calm down. If you're in the high country, you're probably still shivering. Let's check in with meteorologist Stacey Donaldson tracking those winds.
We've had winds between 60 and 80 miles an hour through the high country, around 50 here for the metro area. But those winds will die down tomorrow. We'll have a high of 50 degrees for Tuesday with partly cloudy skies. We'll stay in the 50s through Thursday, a little bit warmer Thursday afternoon. Then a front comes through. We have a slight chance for a few flurries early Friday morning. Then we'll be in the 40s and 50s with sunshine over the weekend.
Thank you, Stacey. Colorado lawmakers have a lot they want changed in the coming year. Some of their ideas could go the distance. Others are likely dead on arrival. One bill they plan on tackling in this new session would allow concealed handgun permit holders to carry on public school grounds. Private schools would still be allowed to set their own rules. Another would force colleges and universities to set policies for handling sexual misconduct. Those institutions are already required to do that under federal guidelines. Two Democratic lawmakers are also sponsoring a bill to replace Columbus Day with Election Day as an observed state holiday. Cities and towns could still throw parades if they wish. Here in Denver, a group believes it has collected enough signatures to put psychedelic mushrooms on the May ballot. Organizers say 8,000 people have signed on. They only need 4,700 to be verified before voters get to weigh in. If that happens and it does pass, Denver would be the first city in the country to decriminalize the drug. Happened again just last night. Yet another deadly crash along Federal Boulevard, this time at 51st, making Federal one of Denver's deadliest roads for pedestrians. But while Federal is getting a long overdue overhaul, other roads in the metro still badly need improving. Here is Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski in Aurora, where no one seems to know how to navigate it safely.
It's all day, every day.
There's no shortage of people, cars, and close calls.
As you just saw,
at this Aurora intersection.
It's a large regional hospital. There are a lot of people who come here.
People who park in the patient parking garage have to walk across 16th Avenue to get to University Hospital. And therein lies the problem for Denver blogger Chris Jones.
As drivers start to turn, somebody else will start to cross the intersection.
A 4-lane, 4-way stop that inspired him to launch a new video series.
This intersection has compounding layers of unfortunateness.
Calling out unfortunate intersections, starting with this one.
And it has two WTF layers that are just...
He says the first layer is this crosswalk Google Maps shows used to be here.
They removed a crosswalk at some point
and replaced it with orange cones and caution tape.
I think this is supposed to discourage people from crossing the street here, but if you stand here long enough,
or just wait 10 seconds.
If you can tell that it doesn't work because people cross here anyway.
The kicker, this isn't a public street.
So this is a completely private intersection owned by the hospital.
20 minutes after we called the hospital to ask about this unfortunate intersection.
Because if you're visually disabled, like I've almost run into it.
Someone moved the orange cones and caution tape and hid them in this corner.
I want to talk about it.
For Jones, that's what his Unfortunate Intersections crusade is all about.
Bring awareness to what makes a bad intersection.
That was Jennifer Kovaleski. Now, police sources are confirming to Denver 7 that a boy found dead in a Denver storage unit had been encased in concrete. This news comes on the same day that Caden McWilliams' mother was formally charged with child abuse resulting in death and abuse of a corpse. The last known sighting of the little boy was at school back in May. His remains were found last month. Now, typically when you hear of convicted criminals being proven innocent, it's the result of the work of an outside party. A prominent Colorado prosecutor could change that. District Attorney George Brockler has established his own conviction review unit. People currently serving time will be able to submit claims of innocence and show evidence to back up their story. That will then be reviewed by an experienced prosecutor. The applicants must have been convicted by a jury and not have pleaded guilty. And tonight is Governor Hickenlooper's last night in office. Jared Polis will be sworn in tomorrow on the steps of the state capitol. That ceremony starts at 11 a.m. The inaugural ball, featuring performances by Cyndi Lauper and Colorado's own Nathaniel Rateliff, takes place tomorrow night. We will be covering both events throughout the day on air and online here on Denver 7. This has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thank you so much for joining us. And check back here later tonight for another update. And download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Ann Trujillo.